Okay, so this is the training for the Absorb Learning Management System, and you're in the system as an administrator, so I'm going to show two different login pages. What we're looking at right now is the login page for administrators. And you can tell it's for administrators because the address will have admin in the address bar. We also have another login page for the learners, and this is what that page will look like. And any user in the system will be able to log in to the learning management system through this page, including administrators. But only users that are in the system as administrators would be able to log in through the admin page. And so to get started, I'm going to log in as a user, and if I type in my email address and my password, then I will be taken to the login. And whenever we get to the main welcome page, we're going to see our name. There's a graphic. There will be your company logo in the top left. And if you click the logo in the top left, it'll take you to the main dashboard page, which is the page we're on right now. And courses are going to be listed, and these are courses that the user has been assigned to, and it'll show the statuses of the training. For example, this has a button that says resume, which means I've started the training, but I have not completed the training. There's also a resume courses row, and this is a curriculum. And you'll see by the name of the underneath the training that it's a curriculum, and this has 78 courses in the curriculum. For an individual online course, it'll say online course. The catalog is going to list courses that the user is available to self-enroll into, and you'll see some different statuses here. Re-enroll means that I've already completed the course and I have the option to re-enroll into that course. Start means that I have enrolled in the course, but I have not started the course. And enroll means that I'm available to enroll myself, but I have not enrolled myself into the training. And along the bottom, we have the transcript. This will take us to our personal transcript where we can see the courses that have been assigned to us and the different statuses, and we can sort the status for this training as well. Any external training that's occurred in the system will also be shown, as well as certificates, or pretty much all your training is going to appear on your transcript. And we also have the ability, if we click on the profile icon, and we can click on the profile icon right here, or we can click on profile right here. This will take us to our profile page where we'll see information that we have the ability to edit. So we could enter our phone number, address if we want, but none of that is required. Any messages that are sent within the system will appear in this mailbox. The user should also receive an email at their email address, which they have in the system. And all the users in the system should be entered with their email address as their user ID. To search for a course, you can use the search field up top. And so searching for the search term power, this is going to return all of the courses that have power in the title. And we also have the ability to sort, let's say, curriculum. And we only have one curriculum that has power in the title, and that's this power generation curriculum that has 15 courses. And these are courses that the user has the ability to self-enroll into. Whenever we get into the admin part of the learning management system, I'll show you how training can be set up for self-enrollment. And these courses, since they're showing up, they have been set up for self-enrollment. in the system. So coming to the right navigation, we have messages, which is also included in the message icon in the top. My courses, catalog, those are also shown up. They show up on the dashboard on the main page. Resources are going to be any type of attachment that is available for any of the training the user is enrolled into. Calendar, if there's any courses that are assigned to the user that have a due date, those are going to show up on the calendar. Transcript, we looked at the transcript earlier. Profile, clicking on the profile from the navigation, the user has the ability to change their password. So all they have to do is click the change password link, and the change password dialog will open, and the user will be able to change their password. So looking at our training, our courses, and what our courses look like, I'm going to open this course, and I'll click resume. And this page has course details. If there are any attachments that we have set for a course, such as a resource, and I mentioned resources in the drop-down that would appear on this page. If they're going to be specific to a course, they're going to show up on this page. And a resource would be any type of, let's say you created a curriculum and you wanted to attach something like a PDF. For example, if you had a new employee safety curriculum and you had a new employee training document that you wanted to associate with that curriculum, you could load it as a resource. So this is the learner side. I'm going to open up one of the courses so you can see what they look like. You might have already seen this. I'll just briefly walk through what we have on our courses. We have the navigation on the left, and we have bookmarking enabled on the courses. So any training that the user has viewed is going to have a check mark next to the page. And you'll see that I have viewed every page within this course. I can navigate backwards and forwards by clicking the back and forward button at the top. And if I click Final Exam, it'll take me into the final exam. I click Start, and whenever I select an option, it's going to tell me whether or not I got the question correct or incorrect. It will not tell me what the correct response is, only whether or not it's correct or incorrect. This is also showing the number of questions that are in the exam and what question I'm on. Scored a 27. I can retake the test or exit the course. In order to re-enter the course, I would have to close the course and enter it from the resume button. It'll log my score, and this will stay in a resume status until I pass the course. And once I pass the course, it's either going to show complete or re-enroll. If re-enrollment is set automatic, then it'll say re-enroll. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to allow the user to complete the course again. So if, for example, they scored a 72% on their first try, they have the option of attempting the exam again to get a higher score. So Lynn, I've unmuted you. Do you have any questions about the learner side of the learning management system?
No, not at this point.
Okay. So moving on to the admin side, There are two ways that you can get to the admin side. You can get to the admin side by the admin menu, and this will be available for any administrators in the system, or you can also log in through the admin page that I showed you. And if I log in with this, it's going to take me, log out and then log back in. This is going to take me directly to the admin area. And so whenever we first get to the admin area, we're going to see the admin dashboards. And these dashboards are going to give a brief overview of information within the system. For example, the overview dashboard is going to give you information about the activity stream within the system, your generated reports, messages in the system, and reports that you have saved. And I'll show you how to save a report. Whenever you save a report, it's going to be listed on this page, and all you have to do is click the title of the report, and it'll take you directly to that report in the system. To get back to the dashboard, you click this dashboard icon in the top left. You can also click the Absorb icon. The next tab we have is for learners, and this is going to have learner information. I'm the super administrator, so I'm looking at all the users in the system. You'll only see the users that are specific to your company. And this has who's logged in most recently, how many logins in the past 7 days, who your top learners are, and the top completions. And for courses, this is going to show top courses by completion, so we can see what courses are most popular, and new courses that have been entered into the system, and who is spending the most time in courses, or which courses are having users spend the most time in those courses. And moving on to the other admin areas, we have courses. This is going to allow us to manage the training content within the system. We have users, and this is going to allow us to manage the user information within the system. And we have reporting. So I'll touch on these briefly. And first thing I want to point out is the layout of these pages. So this is a reporting report. This is a learner activity report. And all the pages are going to be laid out similarly. So if we go to the user page, it's going to have a similar layout. And basically, we're just pulling reports from the user section of the learning management system. And this, the course pages, again, it's the same layout. And this information is going to be, in essence, pulling a report for the course information in the system. So all of these pages are going to function the same. And so you don't have to learn a different process for each section of the learning management system. So looking at courses first, this is only going to show courses that you have the ability to manage. And I just want to show some of the settings for the course. If I go to edit, I don't recommend editing any of this information, but I just want to show this to you so you're familiar with what it looks like. On the general tab, we have general information about the course. The syllabus is going to have the learning content for the course, so I do not recommend changing any of this content for the MarTech courses. Changing this content could break the course. Availability is going to define who can self-enroll in this course, and this course is set for self-enrollment for anyone in the MarTech Media department. And that means that this is going to appear on the My Catalog link or My Courses or Catalog link. and a user would be able to then enroll themselves in this course. If this was turned off, then a user would not see this course in the catalog. Completion is going to define how the completion settings are going to react to the user. And this is set for allow re-enrollment. So as soon as the user is complete with the course, they'll be able to re-enroll into the course. And messages, we have messages turned off. And if we had uploads for the course or attachments for the course, this is where we would add those resources. So a couple of items that would help you with building training that I want to cover are course bundles. And course bundles is basically delivering a group of courses. It's not as dynamic as a curriculum. If you want to build a training program in the system, I recommend using a curriculum. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like to build a course bundle. So if I call this safety, and then whenever I select the category, I want to select Fujifilm. And then I'll select courses to be added to this training. And you'll see all of these options whenever you log into the system and whenever you're building training. All that you will see in terms of courses would be the courses under Fujifilm. These other categories will not list any courses for you. But if you click this arrow next to Fujifilm, then it will list the courses that are available for you to add to training. And so I have a course bundle, and within this course bundle, there are these 4 courses, and I can set the availability. Again, if I allow self-enrollment and select the department and Fujifilm, this is going to allow all users within Fujifilm to enroll themselves into this training. If we select automatic enrollment, then automatically any users in your department are going to be enrolled into this training once I click save. And if you see down here at the bottom, it's showing that there's 20 users that are going to meet this rule. And 0 users have an enrollment and 0 users will receive a new enrollment. And messaging, we can turn messaging on for this, and this will just inform the users that they have been enrolled into this course. So if I click save, then all the users that are in the department Fujifilm will receive an email notification letting them know that they've been enrolled into this training. I'm not going to save this, I'm going to cancel. I do want to show you how to build a curriculum. Curriculum is probably used more than any other delivery method for training, next to assigning individual training. So of course you have the option in the system to assign individual courses to users, but if you want to organize training and a training plan, then a curriculum would be the way to set up that training. So I'm going to call this tool safety. And I'm going to set my category again. I have the option to choose thumbnails for this course. The thumbnail must meet this dimension, 229 by 173. You can add tags to this. So if we specify If I search for tool, there's not a tool tag, and we can create a new tag. And basically, this is going to allow users to search for these keywords when searching for the training. It's automatically going to allow them to search for the title of the course. So with courses, this is where we'll build the structure of the curriculum. And the way information is organized within the curriculum, it's organized within groups. And so, for example, I'm going to build a training that has two groups. I'm going to call my first group Basic Safety. And I'm going to add another group and call that Tool Safety. And if I click Add Courses, it's going to allow me to add courses to my groups. If I come to Fujifilm, I'll just select a few courses. I know these aren't safety courses, but I'm still going to add those. And select courses for the next section. We'll call this Electricity Basics, and this will be compressed air systems. So we have two sections within the curriculum, and if I click Paste Progress, it's going to require the user to complete the training in the first section before they can complete the training in the second section. And again, availability is going to allow us to specify who can enroll in this training. So if we want anyone within Department Fujifilm to enroll, then we select Fujifilm. And you have to select the department. If you're selecting Fujifilm, Fujifilm in the system is a department. So again, you would select department and then Fujifilm underneath that. And automatic enrollment settings, again, these are going to force the enrollment for any users that meet a certain criteria. And we can specify whether or not this is a mandatory course, it's a feature course. We can set the expiration date or due date for this training, and completion. And we can set a certificate for this training. So if a user completes this training, they would receive a certificate. And in order to receive a certificate, we would have to pick a certificate template. And this would be a design. So if we choose File, you'll see there's a folder that says Certificates. And there are several certificates, basically 4 that you want to pay attention to. There's with expiration and no score, with expiration and with score, no expiration with score, and no expiration, no score. So the reason why there's an expiration and a no expiration certificate is that some certificates will only last a year or 3 years, however you want to specify in the system. And so if there's going to have an expiration date within the certificate, then you would want to choose with an expiration. Some training will have a score, some training will not have a score. So if, for example, you're adding a certificate to an individual course, then that would have a score. But a curriculum in itself would not have a score, because a curriculum is basically a grouping of individual courses. So I'm going to choose with expiration and no score. And so I'm going to specify an expiration. I'm going to say 1 year after the user completes this training, the training will expire. And then I'll set the self-enrollment So let's say 1 month before the training expires, the user will be self-enrolled or re-enrolled into this training, and they'll be re-enrolled automatically. So after 11 months, they will receive a new enrollment into this curriculum, and then they'll have a month before they become expired, and then they'll receive a new certification date. We also have the option of adding a post-enrollment. A post-enrollment would be anything you want the user to be enrolled into after they complete the training. So here is the specific curriculum that we have created. If the user completes that training, we can say that 10 days after they complete that training, we want them to be enrolled in this course, and that training will automatically be assigned to the user. Messages, if you're going to use a certification, I recommend leaving your messages on. And this will send an enrollment email and a completion email. A nudge email will remind the user that they have training, and it will continue to remind the user that they have training assigned until they have completed that training. And again, resources will allow you to upload any documentation to the training. So do you have any questions about setting up a curriculum?
No, not particularly.
Okay. So I'm going to cancel out of this. And I want to show you how to manage users. So coming over to the user page, if we select users, this is going to list users that are assigned to us for administration. And so right now it shows all the users in the system for me. So whenever you log into the system and view the user page, like I said, you're only going to see users that you have the ability to admin, or that you're the administrator for. And if I look at and open this user's information and click Edit User, I'm just going to have all the user information. If I want to reset a user's password, this is where I would reset the user's password. And the user will receive an email, but you can also let the user know what their temporary password is. And has details and account information for the user. You'll see that this account is set up as an admin account. So if I pull up myself, I can view my transcript. So if you want to view a user's transcript, you would select the user and then select user transcript. And this is going to list the certifications for the user, competencies, their courses, and there's a lot of courses here, and any curriculum that I'm enrolled into, and external training.
Dusty, while you're there, can you go back? Can you go back to where you picked up the reset password? It's in that. It's in these people menu. That just comes up straight, or am I picking something over here to do that? That's just
to reset a password?
Yes.
To reset a password, you go to the user page. You select the user that you want to reset the password for.
Okay.
Click Edit User in the top right.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
And then their password is going to be here. You'll have to enter it twice. You'll have to enter the new password and then confirm the password and click Save.
All right.
Now, to log out and show you something. Administrators have the ability to retrieve their password from this link here, and users have the ability to retrieve their password from this link here. So if I click Forgotten Password, it's going to ask me to enter my username or my email address, and then it will email me information to reset my password. So the users do have the ability to reset their passwords themselves. So going back to the user page, there's a couple of more things that I want to show you on that page. And so if I want to see what courses the user is enrolled into and what their status is, I can click View Enrollments. And this will show the user courses that they have started and completed. It'll show the date they're enrolled. It will show their score. So there's a lot of information that's going to be included on this page. And so I want to introduce you to the option of filtering data within each one of the reports. So if you notice this little display on the left, this is going to allow you to display columns to add to the report. And so if I want to see an access date or enrollments, I can add this information to the report. If I decide I do not want certain information, then I can remove that as well. And I can also filter information. So if I want to look at, for example, the status and see only courses that the user has completed, I select Complete, then Add Filter, and this adds a filter to the top, so I can see what courses I have completed. And so this is how you would view the enrollments for the user. I want to show you how to enroll the user into training. So before I do that, there's also the option of reset password on the right. There's a reset password button. What this will do is it will send the reset password email to the user, and they can reset the password themselves. So there's a couple of ways to enroll users into training. You can enroll users into training using the user page, or you can enroll users into training using the courses page. So using the courses page, you're going to enroll users into training by selecting the individual courses, and then click Enroll Users, and then you'll be able to search for users to add to the training. And if I click Enroll, it will enroll these courses for that user. So enrolling users from the User tab, select the users, and you select the users that you would like to enroll, and then you click Enroll Users on the right, and then you can select individual courses that you would like to enroll the users into. So looking at Fujifilm, there's one thing that I do want to point out. You do not want to check this checkbox on the left. If you check the checkbox on the left, it's going to select all of the training. Instead, what you need to do is select this arrow, and what that's going to do, it's going to open up all the training that you have available. And so you can pick and choose courses to assign to the user. And when you have selected that training, just click Continue, and it will add the training. You can also search for keywords at the top. So if I click Enroll, then it's going to enroll these 4 users into training. Going to cancel out of that. If I want to message users in the system from the learning management system, I can select the users I want to message and click the message users link, and then I can type a subject for the message and then a message to the users. And then click send, and it will send to all of the users that I have selected. So looking at some of the reporting options, this is where we'll build our reports. This is the learner activity. So if you want to search for all the users within our department, that should show up as a default. If you want to show sort by enrollments or courses started, then you can also add filters. We also have the ability to add other filters to this training or to this report. And if I want to look at the information for an individual user, I select the user, and then I can view their enrollments. And this takes us back to the enrollment page for that individual user. So going to another report, the course activity report, this is going to require you to select an individual course. And then it will show you the information for that course. It'll show you the users that are enrolled in the course and their training statuses as well. So we also have course summary, curricular activity. If you're going to be reporting on a specific curriculum, then this is where you would select that curriculum. And it's going to have, again, your statuses. It'll show percentage complete. This user happens to have completed this entire curriculum. And I do want to show you the ability to save. So if you have a specific layout that you want to save, then you would save the layout here. You would click Create New Layout. And we'll call this My Curriculum Report. And then to save this report or favorite the report, you click the star. Then anytime you come to this page, this is going to be the default report for this page or the default layout. And you also have the ability to export this to Excel. So if I click Excel and click Generate, it's going to generate the report. And then I'll have an option to download once it's finished generating. I'll open the report. And here's all the information in this report. And we have the ability to, of course, set our favorite reports. I have several reports that are saved for this page. If I want to look at this report, I just select that report, and it will pull the information for that report. So that's a brief overview of the training within the learning management system. If there's any questions that you have about anything, please let me know. There's one other thing that I do want to show you. It's called the Absorb Assistant. This is a relatively new feature in Absorb. and it will allow you to search through support articles. So for example, this is how to create a course bundle. So if I click this and click Take Me There, it's going to walk me through the process of creating a course bundle. So it's a very user-friendly walkthrough that is another additional training resource that is available.